with Steve Jobs.
Okay, well, there's an opera going on, and I don't know if it's going to be a tragedy or a comedy, but one man wants it to be a success story like no other. That's why billionaire investor activist Bill Ackman took a $5.5 billion stake in snack maker Mondelez. He wants to be like Buffett. He is desperate to be like Warren Buffett. He's even said so. But take a look at Herbalife today. Herbalife is jumping nearly about 18.5%.
It was up 20%.
And that's the company that Bill Ackman loved to hate, Charlie Gasparino. So Ackman's Mondelez investment, does that cover up the ugliness of the Herbalife?
Well,
short.
I mean, one thing about Bill Ackman that I know is that he craves attention. He's one of the, when you see a lot of these activist investors, a lot of them like staying in the background, like Dan Loeb doesn't seek out fame and front and covers in Fortune and Forbes magazine. Nelson Peltz will do some TV, but marginal amounts of TV. He doesn't. He's not running around all day. But Bill Ackman is like half of a showman, and part of his show is himself and promoting himself. And what we have here is a case in point where it looks like, and these are just the optics. I haven't spoken with him, and he doesn't return my calls because I've been very critical of him and the way he's played Herbalife. But what it looks like is on a day he's basically getting trounced on Herbalife. The stock is up. It was up 20%. It's up 18% now. On a day when the Dow was down fairly sharply today. So remember, they beat expectations. They had a very good quarter. Most of the analyst community is now saying that it's unlikely that the feds will do anything close to what he says they should do, which is like close them down, because he believes this is an illegal pyramid scheme where they just keep attracting distributors. They really don't sell the products. On balancing that out today was the news that he's making this big play in Mondelez,
which, of course, in case you don't know, they own Oreos, Ritz crackers. Right. They were spun off from Kraft.
And we should point out that he's not the first one in there. I think what's going to be interesting about Herbalife is like when he throws the towel in on this. He says he won't. He's going to do it to his last dying breath. We should point out that he doesn't quite have a short. He has options and stuff like that, which means that it's less of a risk for him to lose money.
Can we show Mondelez MDLZ? Because it's barely up. And usually, folks, when investors like activists like Bill Ackman jump in, usually the stock will get a big punch. Well, we should point out this is a down day in the market, but so put Herbalife over here. There's going to be an end game for him at some point. The Mondelez thing is interesting because Nelson Peltz, another activist investor, is on the board. He bought the company bought peace with him by put him on the board. So maybe the stock now it did spike a little bit. Maybe the stock is saying that Bill Ackman will be blunted by Nelson Peltz. Because he's going to have to take on. Well, if Peltz is on the board, he's definitely going to blunt.
Well, remember, who knows what's going to happen here? I mean, Nelson Peltz called for changes and stuff, but he's on the board. He believes in a much more constructive relationship with companies. I mean, Bill Ackman does some of the stuff like he does with Herbalife. So that's going to be an interesting thing. See if it's Peltz versus Ackman, and does Ackman throw in the towel on Herbalife? He
fancies himself Warren Buffett. Is he like Buffett?
Well, no. I mean, Warren Buffett wouldn't pull the crap that Ackman did with Herbalife in terms of hiring consultants and lobbyists and all the political shenanigans he did to try to destroy the company. I mean, I've not heard Buffett. You know Buffett better than me. I don't think he
doesn't do that.
I just don't remember it. I mean, that would be beneath Buffett.
He doesn't try and change a company. He goes in there and keeps current management
most
of the time.
He works with them. There's a constructive engagement that he does, that Peltz does. Right. Bill is much more of a showman.
Charlie, thank you for being our showman.
Okay, well,
with real substance.
I try.
Sizzle and steak.
I try.
Closing bell.